Good afternoon. I would like to discuss today God's vision in our workplace and how we can use our position in the workplace as a platform for God's vision. In particular, I'd like to discuss leadership positions in a Christian or nonprofit camp as our workplace. In particular, I'd like to narrow down one of God's visions as God's values of our attempts to communicate His gospel of forgiveness to those who don't know Him. I think we can use our leadership in a Christian camp in our position for that very purpose very easily. In a few different ways. First, the vision of the camp, of a Christian camp, should be their focal point of the camp. That should be their vision, is to communicate the gospel to people who don't know it. A quote I'd like to go over with everyone right now is from Pastor Robert Crowley. He founded both Middle Creek and Summit Lake Bible camps. And he wrote a book called Two of God's Miracles. And I'd like to have a quote from that. It says, "From the first day of my consideration of camp life, I had seen the opportunity for developing the youth in Christian leadership." And as a vision of a camp, of a Christian camp, as a leader position in a Christian camp, I think that's perfect. Targeting the youth for leadership, especially for Christian leadership in the future, it is a perfect vision for someone in that position, and using his position as a platform for God's vision. I think, secondly, education, biblical and non-biblical education is very important for a leader to have in a Christian camp setting. They will work a lot with public and private schools, church youth groups, with a lot of kids that don't know the Bible and God. And you can mix in that education, which is very important, with biblical principles. Childstats.gov, which is a forum on child and family statistics, says this: "The education of children shapes their own personal development and life chances, as well as the economic and social progress of our nation." Obviously, education is very important. As a leader of a camp like this, you need to realize that, and you need to know how to use your position as a platform for both education and Christian values. And a good leader can do that. Thirdly, I'd like to show how the Bible talks about using your position for God's vision. Matthew 5:14 through 16 says this: "You are the light of the world. A town built on a hill cannot be hidden. Neither do people light a lamp and put it under a bowl. Instead, they put it on its stand, and it gives light to everyone in the house. In the same way, let your light shine before others, that they may see your good deeds and glorify your Father in heaven." Just going a little farther than that, Romans 10:14 through 15 says this: "How then can they call on the one they have not believed in? And how can they believe in the one whom they have not heard? And how can they hear without someone preaching to them? And how can anyone preach unless they are sent? As it is written, how beautiful are the feet of those who bring good news." I think every person in a leader position should know that, and that's how they should interpret God's vision of what they should be doing in their position, in their leadership position. I have a quote from Jim Schumacher, who is the general manager of Middle Creek Bible Conference. he says this: "The Christian camp offers a unique setting for the youth away from technology to focus on the things that matter most, the message of Jesus Christ and the beautiful creation." That is how a leader needs to think. You need to use your position in any job that you have, or particularly the one that I'm discussing now, of how to use a platform, your job as a platform for God's vision. I want to close with a mission statement from Middle Creek Bible Conference, and I think this sums up God's vision of a Christian camp and a leader in a Christian camp very well. And the statement, mission statement, is a portion of the mission statement. It says this: "Middle Creek Conference was brought into existence to assist the Christian church with a facility to augment the work of carrying out the Great Commission of our Lord Jesus Christ." I think that is a good vision for any Christian camp, and a leader will recognize that you need to use your position in any workplace, but particularly I think it's important when you're working with youth, and just understanding God's vision for you as a leader and using that for His purposes. Thank you.